Alright, welcome back. Let's get back into it. It said Casey used two boards of the same size to build a birdhouse. He cut each board into forts. How can you write the number 2 as a fraction to find how many forts Casey divided the boards into? So if we look here at this model, here are the two boards. They used fraction strips. So if we look at the first one, you have 1/4, and then if we count them, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, which would be one whole. Then we keep going. 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4. You might want to label them down here, or kind of count, or make some type of notation so you know that this is 8/4. Right, and then for the model, they used a number line, and if you see, they counted the same way, so they got to 8/4. So now let's go down. And it says, look at the models and picture it. How many equal parts are shown in one whole? Explain how you know. So just in this first one, this one whole, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. And how do we know? Because we simply count. So there are 4 equal parts in the one whole. I know because I counted the equal parts in the first fraction strip. Simple enough. Or in, let's say, one fraction strip. Alright, 11. How many equal parts are shown in two wholes? Explain how you know. So now what I want you to do is you're going to answer this one. Figure out how many equal parts we have in these two whole parts, and then explain how you know that there's that many equal parts. Pause the video so that way you can do this. Number 12 says complete the sentences to show the fraction that is equivalent to 2. Use words. So 2 wholes equals. So what did you guys get when you counted this? You should have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 wholes equals 8 equal parts. And then now we can use a fraction. So 2 equals, and remember if we counted it, it was 8/4. So we're going to say 8/4. Explain how to find a fraction equivalent to a whole number. So there were 2 ways. You could have drawn a model, or you could have drawn a number line. I want you to use your own words to explain to me how to find a fraction equivalent to a whole number based off of what we've done so far. 14. Use the model below to write a fraction equivalent to 3. So if we look, let's just look at our first triangle. How many equal parts do we have? 2. So my denominator would be 2. My numerator, for looking at one part, would be 1. So we're looking at the fraction 1/2, so we're going to count by halves. So if I count it all the way through, 1/2, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves, 5 halves, 6 halves. So for 14, 3 is equal to 6 halves. Alright, now draw a model to show 3, which equals 18/6. That means whatever you draw, because you're going to do this one by yourself, and I think you can do it, whatever model you decide, if you use a square, it's going to be partitioned into 6 equal parts. Keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to get you started, though, because that is kind of complicated. So this is my square. Or like Alright, so we have our square that's partitioned into 6 equal parts. Remember, that's our denominator. So if I was to count this, I would say 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, 6 6. Alright, I gotta get to 18 6, which means I would need to draw another one. And I'm gonna count that. And if I'm not at 18 yet, I'm gonna do another one, and I'm gonna count it. Okay, so go ahead and do that here. Alright, here's another one. This is great, guys. We're doing awesome. Justin picked 4 green peppers from his garden. He did not cut them into pieces. How can you write the number of peppers Justin picked as a fraction? Alright, so now he just has 4 whole peppers. He didn't cut these into 4 equal parts. He has 4 peppers. So it says you can use a model to help you write a whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. So we haven't seen this yet. We haven't looked at it with a denominator of 1. Each circle stands for 1 green pepper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 green peppers. They are not divided into pieces, so each whole has 1 part. Alright, you can also use a number line. The number line shows whole numbers on the top and fractions on the bottom. Notice that each whole number has an equivalent fraction. The spaces between whole numbers are not divided into parts. Each whole number has 1 part, so the denominator of each equivalent fraction is 1. So when you see that the denominator is 1, that means it's a whole number, because how many equal parts do you have of the whole? 1. This is 1 whole piece, so my denominator is 1. Alright, it says look at the models and picture it. Explain how you know each whole has only 1 part. So if we look, how do you know that each one has only 1 part? Well, because we know they are whole peppers. They were not cut into equal pieces. So for 16, I'm going to say, I know each whole is only one part because they are not partitioned into equal parts or pieces. How many parts do the 4 green peppers make? So how many parts do we have? Like, if we put them together, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Because each one is only 1 part. And this one just has a line, so we can just put 4. What does the numerator of a fraction show? Ooh, I'm going to let you answer this on your own, because we've been working on fractions all week long, so I know you know the answer to this. What does the denominator of a fraction show? You're going to answer this one too. Now, they're not talking about the fractions for these, they're just talking about in general. What does the numerator show? What does the denominator show or tell us? Let me scroll. 20. Write a fraction equivalent to 4. Use the fraction below to help you. So, how many parts do we have? So, if we look at the peppers, how many peppers do we have? We have 4. This is 20. So, my numerator is going to be 4. And then number equal parts in the whole. So, these are a whole. So, how many equal parts do I have in this whole? 1. I just have 1 equal part because it's not partitioned into any more than that. It's just 1 whole part. So my numerator is going to be 1. So 4 over 1. Explain how to write a whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. I'm going to help you out with this one. So to write a whole number as a fraction, with a denominator of 1, what are we going to do first? We're going to count the number of parts. You first count the number of parts, and this tells us our numerator. You first count the number of parts to find your numerator. Then you count the number of equal parts in a whole to find your denominator. Great job, guys. That's really just what we did right here. Alright, 22. So use what you just learned to solve these problems. Use the model below. Write a fraction equivalent to 6. So I want you to use this to help you. So your numerator is how many parts? So how you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. And then number of equal parts in the whole. So how many parts do you have in the whole? 1. Do not say 0, guys, because 0 would mean that we just don't have anything, period. Like, this would be blank. This is 1 equal piece. Okay, so our fraction would be 6 over 1. Now they want you to draw a model to show 5 over 1, or 5 equal whole, or 5 wholes. I think you guys can do this one, so go ahead and show me that one. Almost done, guys. Alright. So let's look at our example to help us do 24 through 26. Caleb and Hannah bought 2 melons that are the same size. Caleb cut his melon into 4ths. Hannah cut her melon into 8ths. Hannah ate 4/8 of her melon. Caleb ate an equal amount of his melon. What fraction of his melon did Caleb eat? Look how you could show your work. So they did the 2 models right on top of each other. So if you look, here's the 4th, and then she cut it into 8ths. So if you look at the solid line, I know they're kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Here we go. So if you look at the solid line, you have one here and then one going all the way across. You can see that he ate 2/4, which would be equivalent to the 1, 2, 3, 4/8. Okay, so let's look at 24. Matt says 3/3 is equivalent to 1. Lisa says 8/8 is equivalent to 1. Who is correct? Show your work. So what I want you to do, and also let me go back out so you can see. Go ahead and draw these 2 models so that way you can see who is correct, okay? And look, just like our other work, you have these people here to help you. How many thirds are in one whole? How many 8ths are in one whole? And then we don't have enough lines for a full explanation, so you just tell me who is correct. And let's remember, here's a hint. 3/3, remember when our numerator and denominator are the same, that equals 1 whole. So that should help you out. 25 says write 2 fractions that are equivalent to 5. Okay, so I want you to try that one out. 26, Kaya ate 3/6 of a banana. Zoe ate an equivalent amount. Which fraction shows how much of a banana Zoe ate? Circle the letter of the correct answer. So you might want to do like they did here, how they did the solid and then the dotted lines to kind of help you. Then it says Landon chose A as the correct answer. How did he get that answer? So this goes back into how we talked about finding that mistake. So you're going to finish out your packet and answer the rest of these. And then when you're done, you're going to do this one on your own as well. Okay? And then finish your iReady lesson on equivalent fractions. And that has ended your week of remote learning. Remember to reach out if you have any questions or help with your work. We are here to help you. Class tag, email, phone call, Teams, whatever the case may be. We are always here to help you. This has been great, guys. Thank you.